Hello again, welcome to our channel. Welcome back, thank you for joining us. Today we're starting a new series of videos entitled Let's Make. The first one is going to be let's make a portable crop protection cage. Now in our garden we have some crop protection cages already, but they're permanent, they're fixed in position. What we are looking to do is to make some portable crop protection cages that we can move around from one bed to another. These cages are very important at different times of the year for protecting strawberries, for protecting brassicas and so on. And it's very useful if we have cages that we can move around. Now here you can see Nadja and I have been starting to make a portable cage. We've been using timber. It's 38 by 38 treated softwood timber. These timbers come in lengths of 1.8 and 2.4 metres from a local wood merchant. And we've got quite a few of these. We've been using them to build a cage. Now our cage that I'm stood inside basically consists of 4 frames that are then screwed together. So this frame and this frame, the front and the back, are absolutely identical, and we then have 2 slightly smaller frames at the end, and these are being screwed together to form the framework. I'm now going to move outside the cage to continue. So I've now moved outside the cage and we're going to finish off the screwing together process. As I said, there are 4 sections, 4 frames here that all together make up our cage, and we made each one to begin with and then we've been screwing them together. Around the outside we haven't yet completed this process, so we're putting in some additional screws to screw our framework together. We've got 2 screws at the bottom and we're putting in 2 screws down below. Okay, so this side of the frame is now complete and we're going to move over to do exactly the same on this side. Right, fantastic. So we've now made the frame quite stable. There are 4 sections that are all screwed together. You can see that we have some cross pieces along the bottom, and those eventually are going to be at ground level. Those are going to be on top of the soil. The part here in each one of the corners, those are going to be sunk into the ground to provide some stability to prevent the wind from blowing the cage away. So these are going to be down in the ground, below ground, and these ones with cross pieces are going to be at ground level. We're going to have some netting over the cage, and as I said, it's been constructed in such a way that it's portable, that it can be carried around and moved from one position to another, which to us is very important. We want the versatility of being able to move a cage around. That completes the first part. We're now going to actually move it across to the garden and carry on. Nadja and I have now moved the cage onto one of our raised beds. And you can now see this is the sort of position that it's going to be in. Now we've dug some holes here for the legs to go down into the ground to provide some stability. So you can see here that we've got our hole, the legs are down in, and all that we're going to do now is to put some soil back into the hole and just firm it in a little bit to provide some stability for when The netting is on, and hopefully the wind is not going to try to blow the cage away. It was very easy for Nadj and I to move this cage into position. It wasn't difficult at all. And we're just firming it in the position that we want it to go into. And we'll do the other two as well. Okay, we filled in the holes, and you join us now as we're actually putting some plants in. This particular mobile protection cage we're going to use for some winter brassicas. We're putting in cabbage, cauliflower, kale, a whole variety of plants. These are plants that we have grown ourselves, and now we're just planting them into the cage. We really need this cage to protect them to begin with from the butterflies and the cabbage white butterflies, and later on obviously to protect from pigeons and things such as that. So these are going to provide us with some beautiful crops during the winter time, late autumn into winter, hopefully. The pots have been very well watered. They'll be watered again once they're into the ground. We're packing them in quite closely. We want to try and get as many as we possibly can into this particular cage. So there you can see the particular planting scheme for this cage. Okay, so we finally completed our portable protection cage. You can see that we have now put some netting on. It's really important to have a nice, tight, small netting. It's very difficult for the cabbage white butterflies, etc. to get inside. So we've draped that over. Now, because this is a temporary cage that we're going to move around, we've decided to just secure it with bricks. It would be quite easy, rather than using the bricks, to use some batons and to put along the bottom of the cage to screw those on to fix it in permanently if that's what you prefer. But we want to be able to get the netting up easily, and so we've decided just to simply secure it with some bricks. But this is a great cage for moving around. We've made this one, we're going to make another one as well for some more brassicas later on, and it does provide lots of protection, and two people can easily move it from one place to another. That's about it. If you'd like some more details about it, you can contact us, and we're quite prepared to share some plans or anything like that for more detailed information. But we hope you have a go if you don't already have a mobile protection cage. It's great for brassicas, strawberries, all sorts of crops. Thank you very much for joining us.